Hello, my dear students. Today we are going to discuss about potential difference. In our previous class, we have studied about the electric potential, and we have defined electric potential, the amount of work done in bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to a point in an electric field. That is the electric potential. Actually, potential difference is the difference between the electric potential of 2 points in an electric field. It is the difference between electric potential of 2 points in an electric field. Then we can define potential difference, the amount of work done in bringing a unit positive charge from one point to another in an electric field. Means what is the definition? What will be the definition of potential difference? The amount of work done in bringing a unit positive charge from one point to another in an electric field. Actually, it is the difference between the 2 points of electric potential. So we will write the definition of electric potential. The amount of work done in bringing a unit positive charge from one point to another in an electric field. Actually, we have known potential difference is the difference of electric potentials of 2 points. Therefore, its unit will be also volt. Its unit will be also volt because it is also a type of electric potential. It is also a electric potential and it is denoted by V. So we can write it is denoted by V. It is denoted by V. Its SI unit is also volt. It is a scalar quantity because it has only magnitude. That's why it is a scalar quantity. So we will write here it is a scalar it is sometimes abbreviated as it is sometimes abbreviated as PD or capital P or capital D. Now we are going to find the value of potential difference mathematically. So we will write here mathematical expression for the potential difference. Actually, according to definition, we need 2 points in an electric field. Infinity, point A, point B, Q is the charge and unit positive charge Q is being carried. Now according to definition, we have known um, electric potential difference is the difference between two electric electric potential. In bringing this charge from infinity to point B, we need larger work. We need, and in bringing a charge Q from infinity to A, we are doing laser work. It means this work done is greater than the work done in bringing Q from infinity to A. The work done in bringing Q from infinity to B is greater than the work done in bringing Q from infinity to A. So we are going to write work done in bringing Q charge from infinity to point A is WA. We are considering this thing. Again, we are considering work done in bringing charge Q from infinity to point B is WB. And we have known the electric potential at a point is the work done divided by charge. So now we are going to find the electric potential at point A. So, we are writing here electric potential at A means VA is equal to work done in bringing Q from infinity to A is WA by Q, that is VA is equal to WA by Q, and we are taking this first equation. Again we will find the electric potential at point B. Then here work done will be WB, and the equation will be B is equal to WB by Q. That will be the second equation. Now we will compare. Here we have known we have to do larger work in bringing Q from infinity to point B. It means work done is greater in bringing Q charge from infinity to B than in bringing Q charge from infinity to A. Here WB is greater than WA. Now we will subtract equation first from equation second. Now we are going to write here subtracting equation 1 from equation 2, we have means VB minus, we will subtract LHS from LHS and RHS from RHS. Therefore, VB minus VA will be WB by Q minus WA by Q. WA by Q. Now we will do the subtraction of fraction. Then LCM will be Q and our answer will be WB minus W by A. Hence, the difference, electric potential difference is equal to difference between work done divided by the charge. Means electric potential difference is the difference between work done divided by Q. As we have known, the unit of work done is joule, and the unit of charge is Q. Therefore, the unit of electric potential will be joule per coulomb. Joule per coulomb. Unit will be joule per coulomb, and we have known joule per coulomb is known as volt. This means the SI unit is volt. SI unit is volt. And now now we are able to solve many problems on potential difference. Now we are going to discuss about an important topic, that is Ohm's law. That is Ohm's law. And before going to discuss about Ohm's law, we must have knowledge about the device which is used to measure potential difference between the 2 points in an electric field. So my friends, you just remember the name of device is the voltmeter, just as the unit. If you will add meter in volt, then you will get the device which is used to measure the difference between the electric potential of 2 points in an electric field, which is potential difference. Here question is, which device is used for measuring potential difference between the 2 points? Then we will write the voltmeter is a device which is used to measure potential difference. How it is connected? So we will write it is connected parallelly. It is connected parallel in the parallel to the 2 points across which potential difference is to be measured. Potential, just like this. If our circuit is like this is resistance, this is point A, this is point B, and this is voltmeter. This is voltmeter. In this circuit, we have to find the potential difference between A and B. That's why we have added voltmeter parallelly. We have added voltmeter parallel, and voltmeter is connected to the circuit with the positive terminal. Means current enters in voltmeter from the positive and leaves from the negative. Now the most important topic, Ohm's law. According to Ohm's law, at constant temperature, the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across the conductor. According to Ohm's law, at constant temperature. At constant temperature means temperature is constant, it is fixed, it is fixed. The current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across the conductor. In mathematically, first of all, we will write the law. At constant temperature, the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across the conductor. According to this law, if I is the current flowing through a conductor, and V is the potential difference across the conductor. V is the potential difference across the conductor. Then according to Ohm's law, I means current, I directly proportional V. According to Ohm's law, at constant temperature, the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across the conductor. Here V is the potential difference and I is the current flowing through the conductor. When proportionality is removed, then proportionality constant is taken. That is, here we will write when T is constant. And if we'll remove proportionality, then we will write V by R. Here 1 by R is the proportionality constant, where R is a constant called the resistance of conductor. Here R is a constant called the resistance of the conductor. Resistance of the conductor. Now this is the Ohm's law. In Ohm's law, we are getting a formula I is equal to V by R. V is equal to RR. V is equal to, by cross multiplication, we can find V is equal to IR, R is equal to V by R. Here three formula is here from this equation we can find three formula. First formula is this, and second formula will be V barabar IR, and third formula will be R is equal to V by I. And now we need to discuss resistance. What is resistance? What is resistance? The resistance, what is resistance? We will define resistance like this. The resistance is the property of any conductor by which it opposes the electric current to pass through them. Resistance is the property of any conductor by which it opposes the flow of current through it. And the nature of the resistance depends upon, and the value of resistance, and the value of resistance depends upon the nature of the material, and the value of R depends, and the resistance is denoted by R, and the value of R depends upon the nature of the material, length and area of cross section of the conductor, and also on the temperature. And we will discuss about the nature of the resistance in our next topic. And now we will write resistance. What is meant by the resistance of a conductor? What is meant by the resistance of a conductor? The answer will be the property of a conductor by which it opposes the flow of electric current through it. By which it opposes the flow of electric current through it. This is the property of a conductor. This is a property of a conductor. Means we will write the property of a conductor by the virtue of which it opposes the flow of electric current through it. And this property is known as the property of a conductor by the virtue of it opposes the flow of electric current through it is called resistance of a conductor. It is denoted by letter R. It is denoted by R. It is a scalar. It is a scalar quantity. It is a scalar quantity. For the unit, we need help from Ohm's law for the unit of resistance. So we are going to write here heading unit of resistance. Unit of resistance. Unit of resistance. From Ohm's law, R is equal to V by I. R is equal to V by I. If V is equal to 1 volt, if V is equal to 1 volt and I is equal to 1 ampere, then one volt by 1 ampere the ratio 1 volt by 1 ampere is taken as 1 unit of resistance. 1 unit of resistance, that is equal to 1 ohm, and ohm is denoted by a Greek letter this. This means 1 ohm is equal to 1 volt by 1 ampere. 1 volt by 1 ampere means the definition of 1 ohm is the resistance of a conductor which allow a current of 1 ampere to flow through it when a potential difference of 1 volt is maintained across it. Means one ohm. The resistance of a conductor, which allow a current of 1 ampere to flow through it when a potential difference of 1 volt is maintained across it. maintained across it. What is 1 ohm? The resistance of a conductor which allow a current of 1 ampere. यानी मीन्स एक रेसिस्टेंस, किसी कंडक्टर का ऐसा रेसिस्टेंस जो 1 एम्पियर करंट को फ्लो करने दे उसके अंदर से। कब? जब उसमें पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस कितना हो? 1 वोल्ट का मेंटेन्ड हो। तब वह जो रेसिस्टेंस होता है उस रेसिस्टेंस को क्या बोला जाता है? 1 ओम बोला जाता है। एंड ओम इज द ऐसा यूनिट ऑफ resistance. Ohm is the SI unit of resistance. Ohm is denoted by a Greek letter. And now we will study, we will find the factors on which resistance of a conductor depends. Now we will find the factors on which the resistance of a conductor depends. Then we are going to write here the factors on which resistance depends. The factors on which resistance depends. Factors on which resistance of a conductor depends. Resistance of a conductor depends. My dear students, the resistance of a conductor depends upon the nature of the material. The resistance of a conductor depends on the nature of the material, length, area of cross section and the temperature. So we will write here the resistance of a conductor depend upon the nature of the material. Nature of the material means the material by which it is made up of. Nature of the material, length and thickness of the conductor. Length and thickness of the conductor and temperature. Length and thickness means area. It depends upon the area. Thickness, area, conductor and temperature. My dear student, in the next video we will discuss about these points: nature of the material, length, area of cross section means thickness of the conductor and temperature. The factors on which resistance depends. We will discuss about the factors on which resistance depends in our next video. And like, subscribe, share this video. Thank you.